Since LIV Golf came on board, it has faced much criticism. Many people predict that the Saudi-backed series will not last for long. Cam Smith recently increased the negativity surrounding the league by allegedly speaking out against it. How true is this? Is this the end of LIV Golf? Stay tuned and keep on watching to find out. Although LIV golfers have been at the receiving end of criticisms from golf enthusiasts, this has not in any way affected their performance. Before the Masters, Cameron Smith defended himself and all other LIV golfers. Smith claimed that they were all ready for the game. The golf icon referred to the rumours going around as ill-conceived. One question about LIV golfers is how much they play, as the new circuit had only 3 events in 2023. Smith played 5 times going into the Masters last year, and he briefly challenged Scottie Scheffler until the Texan pulled away to win his first major. This year, he has played 4 times. The only 72-hole event was the Saudi International on the Asian Tour, where he missed the cut. That was followed by 3 54-hole LIV events, the last 2 finishing out of the top 20. Smith was not in peak form during the Augusta National, and he attributed it to a long break at home in Australia. However, Smith noted that other LIV players could get a shot at the green jacket. I think there's a lot of chatter about these guys don't play real golf, these guys don't play real golf courses, but we've still got a lot of guys up there that can play some really serious golf. And we compete against each other hard week in and week out, and we're trying to do the same things that we did 6 months ago. Meanwhile, the impact of the LIV series on the golf world has been quite significant. Both the PGA and LIV Tour players have benefited from it. The PGA Tour has already altered its schedule to resemble that of LIV. These changes include reducing fields in the new designated events and removing the traditional 36-hole cuts. The plan is to reduce player fields in designated events to between 70 and 78 players with no halfway cut. The PGA Tour has also increased the purses of their events to a minimum of $20 million. The traditional tour came up with this move to help lure the game's top stars. For many, LIV Golf will never be accepted because of its sponsors. A larger percentage sees the Saudi-backed series of fans as a sports washing series that pays huge sums of money in a format similar to a glorified exhibition. For others, LIV Golf is a welcome competition to the sport and brought in a sense of freshness that was long overdue. Fans have commended LIV Golf for their online courage. They acknowledged the fact that it had made the expensive PGA boring. Indeed, LIV was broadcast last year on YouTube, while those outside the United States can continue to follow the events in 2023 via a bespoke app and streaming website. On the other hand, some golf fans enjoy LIV's rebel aspect in that it aims to shake things up in the golf world. Looking at it objectively, that is a great selling point, but only a few people are buying into the idea. LIV must prove themselves before more people can trust them and their motives. So far, they've been doing a good job at it. At the majors, the LIV golfers put forward an outstanding performance. They were led by Brooks Koepka and Phil Mickelson, who finished T2. Golf fans were not sure that LIV Golf would be able to deliver. As fewer competitive reps competed on the LIV Golf circuit, many questioned how they would hold up at Augusta National. However, the LIV golfers stunned everyone when they teed it up at the majors, 12 cuts with 3 finishers inside the top 10. "We're still the same people," Brooks Koepka said after finishing T2. "I know if I'm healthy, I know I can compete. I don't think any of the guys that played this event thought otherwise either. When Phil plays good, we know that he's going to compete." Patrick Reed, the same thing. "I think that's just manufactured by the media that we can't compete anymore, that we are washed up." It is now clear that the breakaway circuit is here to stay. Even if they're not competing against the PGA Tour's best each week, they still have plenty of game. At the Augusta National, Brooks Koepka came out ready. Through 36 holes, it looked like he might go home with the title. Sadly, the 4-time major winner could not sustain his momentum and finished 4 back of Jon Rahm's winning total. Still, after 2 years of battling health issues, this was a big step back in Koepka's return to the top. Phil Mickelson showed us he still has plenty left in the tank. After a disappointing 75 in round 3, Mickelson returned for the final round and posted the day's round as he birdied his 2 final holes for a tidy 65. He ultimately came up short of catching Rahm, but it was a hell of a performance as he became the oldest player ever to post a top 5 finish at Augusta. Patrick Reed finished with a T4. This is his best result at Augusta since winning in 2018, and his 3rd top 10 finish in the Masters over the last 4 years. It was not one of the best days for Cameron Smith. He could only turn in one round under par and finished in T34. Smith was the last big name to move to the Saudi-funded tour. He wasn't sure of the reaction that he would get in the majors. It was a great relief when it was the usual hugs and handshakes. "I wasn't really sure, to be honest," Smith said. "I was just kind of letting it all happen naturally. Went out to the range and did my stuff, and yeah, it was just a really nice experience. I think there's a lot of stuff going on at the moment that doesn't need to be going on, especially in the media. I think it's definitely wound up a little bit too much." Fred Couples, a 1992 Masters champion, clarified his thoughts by claiming he has no personal beef with either group. "I have no problem with any of them," Couples said, "but please do not bash a tour that I have 43 years invested in. It bothers the hell out of me. They don't bother me, they really don't. They're golfers. I'm a golfer, I respect them all." Fans also saw the best in the sport compete in the Open Championship at Royal Liverpool. 16 members of LIV Golf participated in the event. Initially, 18 LIV players had qualified for the Masters, but 2 withdrew, Kevin Na and Louis Oosthuizen. The PGA Championship had 17 LIV players, and the US Open had 15. After the cut, only 9 of the LIV golfers remained. Phil Mickelson had an awful tournament, finishing 9 over par. Two-time major champion Dustin Johnson shot an 81 Friday and tied for 155th at 13 over. Even John Daly finished ahead of Johnson, to many fans' delight. Cameron Smith took home the Claret's Jug in a grand style last year. As he prepared to defend his title, Smith surprisingly wasn't in a featured group for the 151st Open Championship. Did the R&A purposefully shun their current champion golfer of the year? Does his LIV Golf status affect his ability to be in a featured group? The Open's website doesn't have much advertising about Smith either. The event tweeted about him earlier, but it's been pretty slim for the defending champion. They've done a great job highlighting former Open champ Rory McIlroy, who won at Royal Liverpool in 2014. Tommy Fleetwood has gotten a lot of love as well. Why hasn't Smith gotten more attention? The R&A was one of the first governing bodies of golf to allow LIV Golf players into the majors. That decision makes sense because Smith is their defending champion. Smith appears to get the silent treatment now that the Open is here. Not having your defending champion in a featured group seems like a stance. The R&A doesn't have the PGA Championship winner, Brooks Koepka, in a featured group either. Koepka, of course, also being a member of the LIV Golf Tour. Is this LIV situation so upsetting that the R&A couldn't even include 2 of the best golfers in the world in their featured coverage? Instead, their featured groups are Jordan Spieth, Matt Fitzpatrick and Jason Day. The second morning group is Scottie Scheffler, Fleetwood and Adam Scott. What do you think about the performance of LIV golfers? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe to the channel. See you in the next video.